Welcome to Market Tea Tuesday,
where the tea is always hot.
What's happening right now? Like, what is happening?
Just need to make sure we have a cup of tea so that we can see how hot it really is.
I know, right?
We've had a lot of turmoil that's really caused rates to shift, but I feel like we've stayed pretty steady even though there's turmoil in the world. I think that's really huge. So we've seen war, we've seen all that, but I mean, you saw applications are still up.
That's exactly what I wanted to make sure we kind of touch on that, right? Like, although there's all this noise happening, and I mean, you turn on the TV, you open your phone, like that's the first thing that's going to come up, right? Like, we're in war. Oh my gosh. So a lot of people are still out here trying to make homeownership a thing, right? And I think that's very, very important for us to make sure to mention, especially with it being the spring market. And historically, it's been a time where you see a lot more activity, and we've seen it, right?
Yeah.
There's definitely been, I read that there was new listings are up by 21% month over month. So that's a good indicator that, hey, like there's inventory out there. Just make sure that you have everything in order to go out there and make sure you can shop with confidence. So
well, I think
don't let the noise distract you.
Yeah. I think, people are taking it into their own hands rather than listening because, of course, politics always wants to deter you. One thing I always say about the government is they always want to keep you down. Okay. Like, that's just what it is. It doesn't matter. Like, they don't want to see you grow generational wealth, especially corporations, because corporations have an opportunity. So when markets are down, it breeds opportunity, right? So if they see that sellers are sitting longer, things like that, these investors can go in and offer lower prices on houses and scoop them up. I have a client that bought a rental with like 7 applications within the first day.
That's crazy.
And so things are still renting. And so they want to keep you out of those houses so they can use them as rentals because they know how to build that generational wealth and that mailbox money, because we only have the same 24 hours in a day, right? So you've got to make money someplace. So that's why buying houses is the most important way. It's the largest growth, honestly, based on a lot of like different statistics and everything with the market. So it's a huge way to invest and make more money.
And talking about generational wealth, something that I also read was that the lower and the middle income households are becoming more cautious and disciplined with like savings and like not, swiping credit cards. So that was very nice to read because, how many times do we want to help someone that's like has great income, but unfortunately, they might have made just, not the best choices as far as spending and accumulating all this consumer debt.
We were really talking about this too. This is the first generation, Carolina, that doesn't know a time where credit doesn't exist. I mean, there was a time that you couldn't go through a drive-through and use your debit card, let alone a credit card to pay for things. Yeah. And now we're such a cashless system. And that wasn't even that long ago, if you think about it, 10, 11, 12 years ago. So it's just crazy to see how those things change over time. And so things are going to continue to evolve. It's the perfect time to buy because you have so much negotiating power. If you are a first-time home buyer, it is the perfect time to buy because you have the leverage to leverage the price as well as seller concessions. I have a client right now closing at a ridiculous rate because like a ridiculously low rate because the seller is buying down their rate. And that's a permanent rate down. This is not one of those smoke and mirrors buy down for a year. Okay. Yeah. So it's really great to see.
Yeah. And although, yes, rates, we did see a spike, right? Like once the war started and all the things, but back to what we were saying, right? There's still people out here buying and we did see an increase in purchases. However, refinances have kind of calmed down. So just know that because if you get like a letter in the mail saying, oh my gosh, like I can get you this rate, that is not guaranteed. They have to look at your entire profile to make sure that they can get you that refi or that rate that they're selling you on. So call us, call your lender, whomever, and make sure that you have all the information up front because it may not make sense to do to refinance at this time.
Yeah. And it's important to make sure that it's feasible for you. And that's what we're here for. We always say that we're not here to just get you in a house. We're here to keep you in a house. And I think that's the key information. And there's and I know a lot of people think that it's out of their realm, where they've watched these Facebook groups and these Reddit groups saying that it's so hard and difficult, but let us be, not that it's not going to have its challenges, but we'll make a plan. Okay. We'll make a plan. Let's get you there. Let's see what it takes to get you and your family into a house. And also, something that has come out recently is how many single women are buying houses. It's crazy. They're outpacing men by double.
Yeah.
So,
who runs the world? I'm just kidding.
Girls. But don't let the news scare you. Call and see if it makes sense, because we'll always say, like, maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. Same thing with refinances. Throw those papers in the garbage. Okay.
Literally. Yeah.
So, and if you're a realtor and you need to show somebody rent versus buy scenarios, that's something that we can offer for you. Another thing is you see behind me, we're in this amazing social media room. I actually have realtors in here right now recording social media. This is free to you guys. Carolina and I offer this at our company. You can record a podcast in here. You can record social media. You just need to book it through us. You can bring other professionals in to record a podcast. So utilize these spaces to add value to your clients as well.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, I think there's always a room for education, right? There's always an opportunity to make sure that our audience is educated, and having that space for you guys is, and it's free. Like, what did you say? Someone pays for an hour at some other studio? It's like $100
an hour for a podcast room.
I don't know, but
it's
I like
crazy.
to save money.
He's telling me today that like a videographer can cost anywhere from $200 to $300. So, like, we can help you record, like, put things together. Like, there's so many like AI type things. It's where we plug in the AI that can drop your video and make shorts for you. So, just book an appointment with us so we can add some value. But thank you guys for tuning in, and call us if you have any questions.
See you next week.
Next week.
Bye.